What's up, everybody? We have to say this so that YouTube doesn't kick us off. This video is for entertainment purposes only. We are not trying to endorse or condone anybody using tobacco products that are underage. With that being said, welcome to Smokin Sounds. Shawn, Justin, we got Mason Good Smokes over there. And Mr. Law from Camacho Cigars. We're about to start this episode of Smokin Sounds. So on 3, 2, 1, we're gonna hit record, and then Law, I'll introduce me and Justin, then we'll introduce you and Mason, and we'll just take it wherever we'll just go wherever it takes us.
Let's go off the rails.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Get ready. Woo! We are on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name, when last year I spent more money on spilt liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
This episode of Smokin Sounds is brought to you by Tuber Cigar Storage, premium cigar storage built for cigar smokers who want style, protection, and freshness all in one setup. Go give them a follow on Instagram at Tuber Storage, or visit tuberstorage.com and upgrade the way you store your smokes. Remember to use code SMOKIN15 to get 15% off of your order. It's Smokin Sounds, baby, the world's second best cigar podcast for cigar and pipe enthusiasts and those looking to embark on a journey where smoke intertwines with sound. What's up, everybody? I'm Shawn, one of the hosts of Smokin Sounds, and joining me is a man who needs no introduction. He was one of the individuals on top of the Empire State Building yesterday, flying that Smokin Sounds, world's second greatest podcast flag. It's the Pipe Yoda himself. It's Justin.
Hello, everybody. It is so good to be back. We are recording this just prior to the 4th of July Big 250 weekend celebration. So, and this will be out next week. So we are totally jacked. We are totally ready to go. And we have some great friends who decided to come by the Royale where we're sitting here.
That's right. We got Matt's Poor Decisions over at the bar top. Mason Good Smokes. Say hi real quick, Mason.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Now, y'all remember Mason? We've had him on several times before. You still working on Good Smokes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely. So that's a great cause. What he's trying to do for people there. So definitely. But more importantly, for this episode, we have the distinct pleasure and a very esteemed guest.
That's right. So let's introduce him the proper Smokin Sounds way. All the way from Camacho Man, Law Savage Land.
It's the Camacho Man.
It's the Camacho Man himself, Mr. Law Ream. What's up, buddy? How are you, sir?
What's up, gentlemen? God, that was a lot of energy in that intro, man. I love it. And I get the wrestling thing now. I totally get the wrestling thing now. You guys are all about it.
Oh yeah. So guys, I stopped here at the Royale. It's 4th of July is coming up, so I decided to start pre-gaming with my Yingling Lager, and I got the so Law is a representative from Camacho, and so I have started on the Triple Maduro.
That's right. I have got courtesy of Mr. Jason Brown from Fogue and Bates and of the Royale. We are broadcasting live at the Royale. I've got the 2025 Camacho Limited Edition. And Law, Jason said he wanted me to smoke this because it's been aging for about a year. And just off that first lit. And we're going to get into this, kind of our thoughts on Camacho and how I just feel like this is just such a fantastic freaking brand. And we've had this conversation back and forth. But Law, why don't you tell everybody what you're smoking?
I am also smoking the Triple Maduro. This is my favorite cigar in our core lineup. But I love that limited edition, man. Every shop I go to, if they still have them, I buy all of them. I love that cigar so much. It's amazing.
And you work for them, and you still buy them. Wow.
We're lucky in that we get whatever core cigars we have, we can order them ourselves through the warehouse and we can smoke them. But the limited editions are off limits.
Oh, wow.
Is that right? Okay. Wow.
Yep.
So Mason, do you have a Camacho?
Yeah, I'm smoking the broadleaf. It's probably one of my favorite Camachos, man. It's just nice and chocolatey and creamy and just good.
Dude, that broadleaf is, and then another one that I was messaging back and forth with Law about is Fogue next door had some of the power bands from like 2018, 2019. Man, those cigars were absolutely freaking fantastic. I think I still have about 6 of them in my humidor that I bought, because not only were they at that age that well in the humidor, they were also still at the 2018 prices.
Right on.
Oh, you gotta love and respect a shop that'll give you the cigars at MSRP, even though they could sell double, triple the price.
Right. Yeah. And I appreciated the hell out of it, because they didn't even know they had them. They found 2 boxes of them. And so they had one here and then they had one down at the warehouse. And I think once they opened them, I bought the first one and they lasted maybe 2 days and they were completely gone.
Dude, that is a beautiful cigar. There are 2 cigars that people hound me to bring back. That one and the bourbon barrel aged. And whenever people are like, "Oh, I found a cigar. What do you think?" I'm like, "I think you should buy it. You should buy all of them before they go out, because you will regret it if you don't."
So let me ask you, we'll kind of get into it here. So how long have you been with Camacho?
I've been with Davidoff for 2 years. I've been the Camacho ambassador for about 6 months now.
So was there something I really love what Camacho does, and I kind of want to help bring that brand further up on this, people's radar? Or was it, hey man, this is an opportunity I can't pass up, so I'm going to head over to Camacho?
Yeah, it was a hard decision, because I was at Zeno before, which was a new brand with Davidoff. And I was doing like the Zeno Nicaragua, the yellow band cigar.
Yes.
And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But the Camacho product manager, I had worked with him before when he was over at Drew Estate, and he's a really good friend of mine. And I just wanted to work with him because he's such a genius, Jack Heyer. And together we're like, we can bring back Camacho to its glory days. We can like grow this brand, like get it going again. Because a lot of people, they're sleeping on it, they forgot about it, and we're the guys that will bring it back. So it's mostly because I thought we'd make a great team. I wanted to work with him, but it's also nice to have more than one blend in your line.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Also, I had this trailer tour that I was doing where I drove around the country. I did 33 states driving, and the Camacho guy, he gets to fly everywhere, which is also nice.
Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely. So I wish, it's funny because we had some communication before the PCA, but me and Justin, that PCA is just nonstop. And we were walking in front of the Davidoff booth, and I told Justin, I said, man, I wish we had somebody, to talk to there. I completely just forgot about coming up and trying to, and you were there. I mean, I should have just came over and grabbed you and spent a few minutes with you. So my apologies for completely forgetting about that, my friend.
No worries, man. PCA it's a busy show, but I would have been very happy if you had come up and introduced yourself and we met in person.
Yeah. Well, you'll be at 2026 or 2027, and we'll make sure we don't miss you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Davidoff, a lot of people at the show, they're like, "Oh, that's Davidoff. We're probably not welcome in that booth." Like, we're extremely welcoming. Like, this company is not like the stick up the ass persona that people think it is. It's everyone at this company is like very loving and awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I saw. We Rusty, who I think Rusty, who is our local Davidoff rep.
The world's strongest cigar rep.
That's right, man. That dude, he can bench press like 3 cars at one time. But they were doing something next door at Fogue, and I brought up your name, and he just had glowing review, just nothing but great things to say about you. And I kind of get that what you're saying. That's kind of how the company operates. Is it's just it's a bunch of cigar guys that like cigars. Yeah.
It's a bunch of hardcore guys too. Like everyone here is a savage. They're all the best at what they do. And but the culture here is so good that we're extremely protective of it. And it's so good that our HR guy, His wife got a job in another state, so he had to leave Davidoff, and he was crying and we were crying. Like when you're crying and hugging your HR guy when he leaves, you know you have something special.
No, you're
Oh
100%.
no, yeah, no doubt, man.
So, well, Justin, it's that time of the episode here. Let's go around the room and just kind of see what we're thinking after this limited edition is just fantastic.
All right. So
Just
again,
some chocolate, man. It's I can't wait to see where this thing goes because it's awesome.
so mine is definitely a dark chocolate kind of feel to it. It's still a real nutty in flavor still, and the first impression, I mean, I'm sure Law will agree. This triple Maduro, it hits the ground running when you start smoking this. You don't have to wait for that flavor to build. It starts out off it comes in the ring, goes immediately to the top rope, and drops the leg on it. So Mason, what do you think about that stick you got?
Man, it's good. It's got like I said earlier, it's a dark chocolate. It's got, you can just, I mean, they say espresso. It's definitely a dark coffee type note on it, and it's just creamy and, man, lots of smoke, and it's burning great. Yeah, I've had one before, and I forgot how good they were.
That broadleaf is just, that's what you want to find in a broadleaf. And if you guys disagree with me, please don't hesitate to say anything. But when I think of a good broadleaf, you get those chocolatey notes, some coffee notes, but I was looking in Law. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But on this limited edition, I was just kind of looking at what the tasting notes should be, and it said, you should kind of get the chocolate to coffee, and then it surprised me that it's kind of more peppery at the end than at the beginning. Does that sound about like a fair assessment of the cigar?
Yeah, what's disappointing with cigars is when you smoke them and then that final third just gives out and it becomes like really like not flat, but just quieter. Like, it doesn't have as much flavor. So we're like, let's flip it. Let's put all the crazy shit at the end so that you get a nice kick towards the end instead of it dying out on you.
So is that done on purposefully at Camacho?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when you're blending the cigar, you'll see that the bunchers, they will break off some of the leaf because it doesn't fit in, and they'll place it at the front or the back. They'll place it where they want that extra flavor. So for this one, we break off those tips and we put it in the back. That way you have something to look forward to at the end of the cigar instead of it just dying out and becoming bitter.
Wow. Okay. See, I'll bet you there's a lot of people who are cigar aficionados. I bet a lot of them didn't know that. I certainly didn't know that, but I'm not an aficionado. So.
And so now with Camacho, are these Dominican, Nicaraguan? Where are they, or both? Where are they mostly kind of rolled at?
The Camacho factory is Davidoff owned, which is it's actually a Swiss company, but they come from our factory in Honduras. So we have two factories in the Dominican Republic, and then the Camacho factories in Honduras.
See, that was why I didn't even mention that. So that's why I'm glad we had a professional here to tell us exactly where they're made.
Right, exactly. So you said you were a brand activation guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so how is it right now, given the state of the cigar industry, across the U.S., would you say it's easier now or harder, a lot harder now to get new brands started and that sort of thing?
It's a double-edged sword, right? So everybody wants like the new, everybody's like, oh, what's exciting, what's new. But when you bring in something new, you have to pull something off the shelf.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep.
Or it has to be so good that the shop is willing to pull a competitor cigar off the shelf, which is very rare. Normally they're like, hey, we got to pull your cigar off the shelf. So which one of yours do you like the least so we can put the new cigar in? And so, yeah, everybody wants to buy the new cigar, but Camacho we haven't made a new cigar since the broadleaf, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years ago. Like we have a core line that we really respect and appreciate. And we want people to we don't want to just keep giving people new cigars. We want them to discover a cigar they love and just keep giving it to them over time.
Right.
So yeah, it's great when you launch a new cigar because you get all the publicity and, everyone's like looking for it. It's really hard to keep people interested in the same cigar over time. But when you really respect the brand and you're not always coming out with new cigars, people start respecting that. and you get
Right.
long like longevity in the smokers. You get a lot of people that are, start buying boxes, and it becomes their daily cigar.
And I feel like I hear a lot of guys say this because I was next door one day and I had picked up one of the broadleafs, and some guys came in, and as we do in the cigar lounge, we say, hey, what are you smoking? And I told them, and it's like, oh man, I forgot about just how good Camachos are. And then they bought like 5 or 6 different cigars from the Camacho line, and it's like, is that something that you guys see quite often, that people love them, but they just kind of get lost in the mix because maybe it's because there hasn't been that new cigar in 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, no, it absolutely happens. Like every single shop I go to, people are like, oh yeah, I used to smoke Camacho, and I'm like, hey, I get it. The brand's been around for over 60 years. I get it. It can get old, but when I give them a free sample, or I'm like, oh, you should try this cigar, they always react just like you said. Like, I haven't smoked that in a long time. They smoke it, and they're like, I forgot how good these are.
Yeah.
It's I would say it happens 100% of the time in every shop I go to. At least one person says that.
So now, I know we said that Camacho hasn't really put out a new cigar, and so how often do you guys do the LEs, like the one I'm smoking? Is that something that's a yearly thing, every couple of years thing? How often do we get something like the Camacho limited edition?
We do different things all the time, right? So we did the Liberty series for a long time, and then we quotation marks discontinued that in 2022. And then we brought it back this year, but it's like a very limited event only cigar.
Is that the
But we
Independence
did
250?
What's that?
Is that the Independence 250 or the 250 Independence that I saw on their social media today?
Yes, the Liberty 250. So that
Liberty
the Liberty
250.
series has been around it's been on and off for 20 years. So like some years they'll do it back to back. Some years they'll skip 2 or 3 years and then do another one. It's just when we have a good enough blend that we can, come out with it. And then we've also done limited runs of things like, we did our Candela cigar. Like, a lot of people hate Candela, but they love the Camacho Candela because it was a strong cigar and it wasn't like the signature flavor of Candela. It was something a lot more than that. So yeah, we do different. That's the first limited edition Camacho we've ever done. The first one that we call limited edition.
Oh, okay. Because this is a damn good cigar, man. I mean, this is one. I know that they've got a couple of cans of them next door. I'm gonna pick up a couple of them before I head home today, because this is one you definitely want to have in your humidor. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, or if you're listening, if you can find the Camacho 2025 limited edition, I still think they should come out with a Camacho Man cigar though, and have like the band have a bunch of like strings and stuff hanging off of it, like Macho Man.
Oh my god.
We kick that around the office all the time. We're we're like, oh, maybe we can get Terry Crews to bring back President Camacho, or maybe we can get the boxer Macho Camacho. Well, I don't think he's alive anymore, but we're definitely kicking that Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, we're always kicking that around the office.
Oh man, that would be.
Oh my gosh, that would be a winner, especially nowadays, man. I mean, because now you may not know, because even like the wrestling action figures are making it back on the shelves and stuff like that, and some of the nostalgic guys are making it back. So listen, guys, just a word to you, pass this along to Camacho. Yeah, if they could come out with a Camacho Man or something like that, I'm telling you, we at least here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it would go over. So.
They have like a little wrestling figure that comes when you buy a box of cigars.
Yeah, we'd
for sure be buying a couple of boxes, wouldn't we, Justin?
Oh, that's for sure. So Law,
that's a great idea.
See, man, listen, you need to pass that along. So what's your favorite thing, particularly because now you said you're smoking that triple Maduro too. Now see, I'm pairing this with a Yingling traditional lager. I'm always interested in pairings, especially guys like you who know their cigars, who know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
What do you like to pair either your triple Maduro or your broadleaf with?
Because both of those cigars have like an underlying sweetness to them, I like to pair it with a rum, which has a lot of sugar.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Like the spices, like rums have more spices. Like, I'm a big Scotch guy. I drink a lot of Islay Scotch, but I like, with these cigars, I like to pair them with a strong rum.
Okay, what's a good? I don't know a lot about rum, so what's a good rum I should go in the store? I mean, one that I can get. I don't want to have to order it like from a secret rendezvous or anything. I can just go in the. What's a good one to go in the store and get?
But those are the best ones, man.
I mean, you could never go wrong with Florida Caña. Like that rum is very heavily like embedded in the cigar industry.
Okay, Florida Caña. Okay.
Yeah, and another one I like is Brugal rum. Brugal rum is really good. Those are pretty common rums.
So, real quick, 12 or 18 year on the Florida Caña.
When I'm doing this cigar, because it's smooth, like specifically the Triple Maduro is very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with the 18 year.
Yeah, that's the best one out there. And then I think Diplomatico would go good with this broadleaf anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a new one. Somebody told me I need to try is Baku rum.
I haven't heard that one yet.
I think it's a Jamaican rum, but I'm gonna have to find some.
Okay, so with these Triple Maduro or the broadleaf, we're thinking a really good rum, and
some Murmur rum might go good with it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it could be because Murmur is like coconut rum, and because we did a thing with them a while back. So okay, so pretty much rum and yeah, because I was gonna say probably not bourbon or scotch with this one.
No, I don't. I think the like the caramel flavors and the the strength of bourbon and scotch. Well, scotches can be very smooth, and I know there's smooth bourbons out there, but I don't. Yeah, like I know a lot of people that do pair bourbons with these cigars. Like Penelope is a great bourbon. That's a very smooth bourbon to pair with this. But I would stay away from like the heavier, bitier stuff, like cask strength, when pairing with this cigar, just because it is so smooth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally agree. So yeah, I've got to get into more rum, type situation. In fact, one guy was telling me at the Tulsa Pipe Club that rum is kind of a great a genre to get into, and a lot of times your rum can be actually a whole lot less expensive than say some of your top shelf bourbons. And he was just going on about how great that was.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of upset that people are catching on to rums, because you can get an amazing rum for $25-$30, and now you're getting $300-$400 rums out there. I'm really big into tiki bars, and I'm not talking like your grass hut bar outside of a beach or something. Like underground tiki, like with mixed drinks have like 30 ingredients in them, and they're pretty, they're usually like speakeasies. They're hard to find.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you go into a good tiki bar and they'll have 150, 200 rums on the menu.
What's that?
Uh-oh. Froze up on us there for a second. We're back.
Sorry about that.
Yep. No, it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, if you go into a good tiki bar, you can see 150, 200 rums on the menu. Just like crazy stuff.
Wow, man.
Go ahead, Mason. You was going to say something.
I was going to say, I think you talk about scotches. I think the Dalmore cigar malt would probably go good with this because it's kind of smooth and a little sweet. But, the good thing about rums getting more action is maybe we'll see some better selection in bars, because a lot of bars only have a couple rums for mixing drinks and maybe a top shelf like 25-year Florida Caña that's, $30 a pour and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I like the fact that rums are getting more action because, everybody's got these collections of scotch and their top shelf scotch and top shelf bourbons and then mid shelf and regular. And most places have maybe 2 or 3 rums, and that's it.
Yeah. I want to go back to your Dalmore cigar malt. We're actually, we're on the Davidoff side. We're collaborating with them to do something special.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, specifically with the cigar malt.
Yeah, that's an amazing drink. I'm not a big scotch guy, but I'll drink some of that. But I'm going to have a friend that's rich to buy me a bottle, because that's $160 a bottle.
And it's funny because it just so happened we're recording at the Royale here because, like I said, right next door at Fogue, they're kind of our main Davidoff, Camacho, Zion. dealer here in Tulsa, but they just happen to be having is it a mojito event tonight that they're going to be pairing with some Davidoff cigars and stuff. So.
Oh, look at that. That's serendipity right there.
Yeah.
Mojitos are rum based.
Now, what was the drinks that Davidoff was serving at the PCA?
Oh, the Avo cocktail.
Yeah,
or the Avo mocktail.
Mocktail, that's what it was.
Yeah. It was actually a blend of like energy drinks with different like natural juices in it, and then that lime flavored smoke bubble on top. It was crazy.
Yes.
Did you get in there and try it?
No, we were so tired the evening that we saw it. Me and Justin were both starving, and all I could see in my head was Mobtail cocktails. You know, like those things people light on fire and throw it to like light people on fire.
Yeah.
Molotov cocktails. and Justin, I said, Justin, we should go in there and try one of those. And he goes, we're going to get something to eat. Well, we almost had a WWE match right there in front of the Davidoff booth.
Because
Justin, that was an experience. You guys really missed out.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, with him, it was about 6 p.m. and so with Shawn, he said, okay, we're going to leave and get some supper. This is like 4:30. Okay. So, and then we get distracted by something else. We'll see somebody else we'll talk to. And then, let's go over to the booth and stuff. So if I don't make if I didn't make my stand, he would have been, we would have been like 8 o'clock. Well, are you about ready for supper? Oh, wait a minute. Hey, what about this? So, I have to keep him on task, Yeah.
His ADHD in check.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can empathize with that because I used to work on the media side. I would cover PCA from the media side like you guys. And, we'd have breakfast and we'd get there. And before you know it, it's like 8 p.m. And you're like, oh, we haven't eaten yet.
Well, and it's, because being there as media, and this was our first year ever being there. And I completely get why you guys are there. You guys are there to set up accounts, to sell your cigars, to service your clients. And we're just fortunate enough to be there when people have time to talk to the media. Thankfully, people were just nothing but wonderful to us. But, there were a few times where we would meet a new brand or something, and we might get a couple of minutes with them. And so you kind of take advantage of that when you get it. And so that kind of strung out our time. And then to eat at the PCA is like $90,000 for one meal. So it was like, we were. But I take full responsibility. My ADHD was in full swing that day.
I'm just sitting over thinking Justin's in trouble if I get to go with y'all next year.
You got to go. PCA is. I know it's retailer focused, but it is the Super Bowl of cigars. It is the greatest thing ever to experience if you ever get a chance.
Oh, I 100% agree. You just have to take scheduled food breaks. Is the word I would use, that they're scheduled. You can't break the schedule or you'll die. See, Justin, that's because you didn't sneak in like bagels and stuff with you like I did from the breakfast at the hotel. See,
that's a pro move.
Yeah. See, again, that's you're right. You're right. But for sure. But PCA was just so great. I swear to God, and I know a lot of our listeners have already heard this, but when we were there, every day, easily on our phones, 17,000 steps, and that was probably more than that. So you get your steps in on that thing.
Well, and go ahead.
Just you wait for next year when we're in Vegas, man. You're gonna be hitting 25,000 steps.
I've heard that. You're like the third person that's told me that. They're like, they've heard Justin say that, and they're like, you thought you guys walked a lot in New Orleans. Wait till you hit the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's like a whole another monster. But I just kind of wanted to come back to Camacho Cigars real quick, because I think there's a cigar in your line that people just don't give enough props to, and that's your Corojo, the red banded wrap cigar.
Yeah.
That cigar, and I love it in the Toro Vitola, and the box press. But that Corojo is a phenomenal Corojo cigar, and you're talking what, $9-10 for a Toro, and it smokes way above its weight, and it's just such an enjoyable cigar. One of our other shops, they had they had the box pressed, the Churchill, and the Toro, and I bought all of them that they had because it's one that's kind of getting harder to find here in town. Now that's not one you guys are trying to discontinue, is it?
No, that is our bread and butter. Like Camacho is all about the Honduran Corojo leaf. And that cigar is made from one leaf. It's all Corojo all the way through. There's no other leaf in it. So that's a very special cigar. Like a lot of companies talk about, like, they do country puros. This is a Nicaraguan puro. This is a Honduran puro. I don't think there are any Honduran puros, but this is a Dominican puro. And we're like, let's just make a plant puro. Let's make a Corojo puro. Like, no one's done that before.
Well, and it shows because that cigar is just, and everybody, I'll ask, like anybody at the shops, I'll say, so what's your favorite Camacho? And the first one they always say is the Corojo.
Yeah, I think
exactly.
I think Cigar Aficionado rated the Churchill in '92 last year.
And I would agree with that. Look, I've got the basic white boy palate, but I would 100% agree with that because I'm telling you, Espanola that was at the trade show, they have a fantastic Corojo, and I was like, I'll be honest with you, I was like, I don't know that I'll find a Corojo that competes with this. Camacho's knocked it out of the park.
Wow.
Hey, listen, Law, we just had Fiona sit down. She is working here at the Royale.
Oh, hi, Fiona.
We were going to have her tell us a little bit about the event that's going on at the Royale here.
Real quick, before she gets going, I'm just going to let you boys know you're not invited to her event.
Okay.
Oh. That doesn't surprise me. Miss Fiona, welcome.
Thank you.
And so all of us are waiting with bated breath for this big Davidoff event.
Yeah, so it's happening July 25th, and we're going to have different time slots. It is ticketed, so it's going to be a big mojito event. We did something last year very similar, but what we've done is we've crafted this really great mojito. It's using 2 different rums. And then we have fresh lime juice that we do in-house. We have actually 4 different types of mint growing at Royale outside, and we are going to harvest that and use it in the mojito. So the rum, the lime, and then we are presenting it with a Davidoff cigar. So we're going to do a pairing where we kind of walk you through the cigar, we walk you through the mojito. We make the mojito in front of you in those different time slots. Create this really great experience.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So while I have you sitting right here, so what's the name of that rum that you recommend? The Flor.
So what we used last year was the Florida Cognac.
Okay, I was just going to ask you which one.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, he was just recommending that one to pair with the Triple Maduro Camacho.
Yes, it's great.
It's almost like you two were taking notes before we hit record.
And believe me, nothing could be further from the truth.
So this time
you guys don't even know, but we're actually best friends. We hang out all the time.
Yeah,
we planned this out.
Yeah, I completely believe it.
We were like, wouldn't it be funny to catch him off guard? But no, this time we're using a Diplomatico rum, and it's a lighter rum, and then we're pairing it with a 4-square rum. So we're using 2 different rums together.
Ooh. Is it the Diplomatico Especial?
It's the Planas, if I'm saying that correctly. It's a lighter rum, a blonde rum.
That's what I'm talking about. There's thousands of rums out there. Like, people don't even know. They need to know.
It's interesting though, because rum I feel like there's no rules really to it. So every rum you taste is completely different. There's just
Is that right?
Yeah. The flavor profiles are all over. The spectrum is insanely wide. I had a rum. It came from a tiny little island that was off the coast of a tiny little island that was off the coast of Africa.
Wow.
And this rum smelled like dead, rotting carcass, and I drank it, and it was so delicious. It was so good. It was crazy.
And he drank it anyway, Fiona. It smelled like dead, rotting carcass. He said, well, I'll take a shot of that. I mean,
you never know until you try.
Yeah, but it was delicious. It had so many like different dried fruit flavors to it. It kind of had like this turpentine taste, but it was enjoyable. It was crazy, but like you can get that, or you can get a very sweet, sugary rum. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, there's no telling.
So the important question is, do you have the Florida Cognac 18 on your shelf yet?
We do. So we have Florida Cognac 18 and 25 that we carry. We have quite the rum selection.
Wow. Okay.
See, Justin, I feel like we were completely left out of something before.
Well, that's So Mason, if I'm going to fly Florida Cognac, should I go for the 18 or the 25?
18 all the way. It's the best one. The 25's okay, but the 18 is just smooth and sweet, and I think the 25's got a little more bite on it. And then, of course, if you really got deep pockets and you can find a bottle, the new 35 year that's like $3,500 a bottle, is out, and I have no idea about that because I'll probably never get to drink that.
Yeah, I think me too. I'm gonna have to let somebody else enjoy that. Fiona, she makes a big dollar. She can probably try some of that and tell us how it is.
Well, I don't know about that. If I get
It's always nice to be the beverage rep or hang out with the beverage reps. You get to try the fun stuff.
Wow, yeah, man, I got to try some of that now, Mr. Mason. I got to try a shot of that now. But I tell you what. So now, Fiona, now you smoke cigars, right?
Yes.
So what's your favorite thing? Say with the Florida Cana, you can just say anything you want. But what cigar do you like to pair with a rum like that?
With the Florida Cognac?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Lately, I've been smoking a lot of the Opus 25s, but
wow,
I don't know how.
Oh, she got deep pockets.
I was just about to say.
You see what
she's going to have a 35-year bottle before we all know it.
See, that's what I'm telling you, man.
But I'm on my last one, so I'm kind of safe.
She's on her last one, Law. So the
Opus, dude, the Opus 25 with the Florida Cognac 25 is like a car payment.
Perfect.
That's a car payment.
Couple.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
But it's just fun to play around with different ones and kind of see what goes.
I'd say a good broadleaf, any good broadleaf cigar, Tabernacle,
like
stuff
the
like
Camacho that you're smoking
that.
right
Camacho
now.
broadleaf, anything like that that's kind of got that dark chocolatey espresso, little leather on it, little pepper, but not too much. Just would go well with that 18-year because the caramel flavor and the smoothness of that Florida Cognac would just kind of balance it out.
I think the new Davidoff Puro Dominicano would go good as well. It has that same profile.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Well, and Law, one of the cigars that kind of got me back, or I guess really, because I've always loved your Connecticut. I always thought that was a great. If you're not a big cigar smoker, and we had a gentleman, Matt Cook, on that does Spin in the Wheel podcast, and he likes cigars. He just doesn't smoke 3 or 4 of them a day like we do. And so we gave him the Camacho Connecticut to smoke when he was on with us. And he just said that cigar just blew him out of the water. Like it had a more
in a good way.
In a good way. Like
yeah.
Like it had a little bit more, I'm going to say body, but it had a little bit more oomph to it than you sometimes would expect from a Connecticut cigar, right?
Yeah.
But
because every Camacho, almost every Camacho, there's one Camacho that doesn't, has a Honduran Corojo binder, and it's a pretty hefty leaf.
Okay.
So, because honestly, Law, with us guys sitting around the table, most of us, well, I won't speak for Mason, but I know me and Shawn especially, usually, when we hear Connecticut, we're like, okay, super mild, airy smoke, we just think we're too good for some reason, but apparently that Camacho Connecticut might just change our minds.
Yeah, and there's a couple more things that make that cigar special. Like,
oh yeah,
your wrapper is your standard, Connecticut, Ecuadorian Connecticut seed wrapper, and your binders, your Corojo binder, which we use in almost all of our Camachos. But the fillers are proprietary tobaccos to Davidoff. Like nobody else has his fillers, and it has a very distinct, like tangy flavor that I've never tasted in another cigar. Like it's like creamy with a little tang to it. I just love it so much, and I've never tasted that in any other cigar, let alone in Connecticut. But the other thing that makes that cigar so great is the way we ferment our tobacco. So a lot of people don't equate, because it's a $10 cigar, Camacho with very high quality. But all the processes that we do in our Honduran factory are the same processes that they do in the Dominican factory at the Davidoff factory. So we have an insane amount of quality control checkpoints. But even more than that, we take our time with everything. We do everything the right way, which takes longer, which costs more money. But when we ferment our tobacco, we don't use misters, right? So, you got all the big pilon piles in a warehouse.
Yes.
And some companies will use misters. A lot of companies use misters, and what that does is it makes the pilones heavier, which makes them heat up faster, which makes the sugars caramelize faster, so you can get that tobacco to the market faster. But we don't do that. We just air ferment our tobacco, and the benefit of that is you don't get like this heavy ammonia release. If you walk into a fermentation room that has misters, you can barely breathe in there because there's so much ammonia releasing from all the tobacco. Like it burns your eyes, burns your throat. You start coughing. You can't control it. It's crazy. You walk in our fermentation rooms, it's like walking in any other room. You don't smell anything. You smell the sweetness of the tobaccos, but there's no ammonia in the air. And it takes a few months longer, which is the downside. But the benefit is when you light up your cigar, there's no bitterness. Like from the very first puff of any of our cigars, whether it be Davidoff, Avo, Camacho, Zeno, it's flavor from the very first light all the way back. There's no bitterness. There's no ammonia, nothing bad about it.
And I'll tell you another cigar that is the chilled band one. Is it the Ecuador, the Camacho Ecuador? That in a Churchill, forget about it. I think that's a great any time of the day cigar. And you're 100% right about your Connecticut. The only other Connecticut that I've really had in the recent months that I would say I would put is Stallone's Tony Barrios's it's not the Palmetto, but his Connecticut cigar is kind of reminiscent of.
Is that Palomino?
Palomino. It's reminiscent of the Camacho, where it's got that buttery smooth, but it's also got a little kick to it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you want a real kick, you can go with the Drew Estates M82 or whatever.
Oh yeah. The S84.
Yes, the Shade 84.
Yes,
that is the strongest
Shade
Connecticut of all Connecticut's. Like if you want a Connecticut to kick your ass, that's the one.
Yeah. So I've wanted to ask you. So what is? Well, I got a couple of questions for you. But so what is a day in the life of Camachoman Law look like? Are you just like from the time you get up to the time you wind down? It's just 100% go cigars, or do you get a little opportunities to enjoy some things that aren't just being the Camacho Man global ambassador of the world? Tell us kind of what do you like to get into when you're not being the global brand ambassador?
I mean, every single day I come to work, it's different, right? I'm on the road a lot. I'm doing different things. I do some really cool things that you don't normally get to do, but I'm also in the office, like developing, our experiences and our promotions, like I know what's coming out for the next 2 years with Davidoff, and like we're working on stuff way before anyone knows, and it's exciting. You're smoking blends. They're so green, and you're learning to taste flavors in like cigars that aren't, aged and ready to go yet. And, we're always like smoking our current stuff, and we're writing reports on it to make sure it's like still tastes the way it should taste and the construction is still good. And then we're also smoking the new stuff, and we're writing notes and sending it back to HQ. And we're like, hey, this is what I got out of this. This is what, we could do better, what we could do worse. It's pretty awesome.
And we mentioned Rusty earlier. When he was in town, he was telling me about. Now I'm not sure if this was in the Dominican or if it was in Honduras, but you guys went down, and it may have been with the new Dominicana or cigar with Davidoff, but they like crushed fresh hot chocolate there and paired it with the cigars and stuff. And
that was definitely the Dominican Republic, because on the Camacho factory tour, you're just eating meat all the time. It's just red meat in your face the whole time.
Is that right?
But I thought, man, hot chocolate I told Justin, I messaged him, I said, dude, we've got to do a pairing of some just fantastic hot chocolates and pair them with some of these cigars. I just thought that was a great idea. So I didn't know if that was something that you got to partake in or it sounds like you just got all the jerky and stuff you could handle.
Yeah, no, yeah. When we do our tour, we have, tomahawk steaks, and we're eating local steaks. We're eating, beef tacos. We're eating beef burritos. Like we're all over the place, but it's just meat. Like when I got back from doing a month of these tours, I went to my doctor and did blood work, and they're like, your cholesterol shot up 30 points. I was like, yeah, they're like, we might have to put you on blood thinners. I'm like, no, I just ate a lot of meat in the last month. They're like,
wow,
there's no amount of meat you can eat to make your blood do this. I was like, you want to bet?
Sign us up for that.
Yeah, right.
So how often do you get to go down to the Camacho Man factories?
We do 4 tours a year, and each tour is a whole week. So I usually, between February and March, I fly in on a Monday and I fly home on a Friday, and I do that for 4 weeks straight, pretty much.
Oh wow! So now where are you? Where's your I guess home base, if you will? Like where's your kind of daily area?
I'm actually in the Davidoff studio right now, which is in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Which is right outside of Ybor City. So like all the other cigar companies in Tampa are in Ybor City. Davidoff are like, we're fancy. We're going to be on the expensive island right next to that.
So are you a Florida resident?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Miami, so I've always been around cigars. They're like almost
Oh, wow.
the vast majority of manufacturers are in Miami.
And Camacho doesn't have anything that's made in the States, right?
Not made in the States, but it was born in the States. Like the founder, Simon Camacho, started Camacho Cigars in Miami. Like it's an American-born brand.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Like he rolled it. That's where his factory was. That's where the cigars came out of. Like it was an American cigar by all means. It wasn't made in Cuba or Honduras or Dominican Republic and shipped in. It was tobacco came in. It was rolled. It was fermented. It was rolled. Everything in Miami, and then it would get distributed around the U.S.
And so this may be a silly question, and if so, well, our listeners are used to me asking silly questions. But with the Liberty 250, is any of that like, a lot of these cigar companies are having the American cigars or the Liberties? Is that like Pennsylvania broadly, or I mean, is that anything that's kind of like all American tobaccos or anything in that?
Oh yeah, brother! You can't celebrate 250 years of American greatness with Honduran tobacco or just Nicaraguan
let's
tobacco.
hear this. Right on, man. Let's hear
So-
this.
Right off the bat, your wrapper is Connecticut River Valley broadleaf.
Okay.
Your binder is Honduran Corojo, and then your filler is majority Pennsylvanian.
Wow.
Okay. So it's a
you got a little
true
bit of-
American cigar.
Yeah, you got a little bit of Nicaraguan Honduran in there as well.
I'm going to need to order a shipping container of those.
It's
That
a
sounds
crazy good cigar, but it's the most limited run we've ever done of it because we used all those tobaccos I just mentioned are all aged. Like they're just very aged, so it's a very smooth cigar. Kind of like your limited edition there.
This thing is freaking fantastic. And it was weird because again, I don't have the best palate in the world, but man, I got that when it transformed or transitioned from kind of chocolatey to kind of espresso notes, and now that pepper's kicked in. Man, this is a freaking amazing cigar for $18, I think it is.
Yeah.
If you can find them. Now again, that's local Tulsa prices. I know every state is different, but man, this thing is it's a heavyweight. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with having any of these cigars in your humidor.
Yeah, we like to say that LE is that's like our Power Ranger cigar or our Voltron cigar, where we took all the best tobaccos from the full line and we just brought them all together to be like, I forget what the Power Ranger thing was called when you put it together.
It's kind of like
I know on Voltron, interlocks engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
But
so
but it's like all the best tobaccos came together and made like the big mecha powerful, robot.
So we need to stop at this point and say, so if you want to transport some of these limited editions or the 250, now nothing will transport those better than your tuber cigar storage.
That's right.
Because it forms an airtight seal around your cigars. So you just put them in there. And the thing, like I mentioned last time, the thing that we like best about the tuber carriers is that we're pretty rough and tumble. We throw it in the backpack or we just have it around. And if you're like me, you're used to knocking it off the table at least once a week, and it just performs and it keeps your cigars in pristine condition. So definitely just want to remind you, tuber cigar storage is the way to go when you have these. You're on the go and you find a couple of limited editions or you find a couple of 250s.
Yes.
Throw them in that tuber. You are good to go, and they'll just be sitting there in the airtight container waiting for you.
Now, are you guys?
I heard you open that pre-recording.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I think you should put it up to the mic because you can tell it's airtight just by the sound.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
do it again. Yeah, that is airtight as it gets.
Yeah, and so they also have like a little stash container. He's going to show that. And so here's like their aluminum one that I carry around. Again,
Now the aluminum,
it
you've
has-
got to be Camacho Man Randy Savage
Yeah,
to open this thing. That
yeah.
airtight is. I tried to open one on one of our first episodes, and I thought, damn, I'm going to look like a weakling trying to get this thing open because it really does.
and when
It's
you
airtight.
close it, it pushes all the air out of the vents on the side. And again, I have the aluminum one right here. And listen, for someone like me, to protect those cigars, you need something like the tuber. And so we wanted to come by and mention that.
Are you guys working with them at all? Because I know they're
Not
starting-
yet,
they're
not
starting
yet.
to
But
get
they're
some-
they're a newer company. They're just getting on the radar.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But-
we love and I think you guys do work with the fresh box with Ramon and them over at Cigar Bros. I think they have a couple of Camacho fresh boxes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think everybody's working with them.
Yeah. Well, and they're great humidors, right? But and I used to carry around a 30 count Cigar Bro humidor, and I was like, do I need 30 cigars with me all the time? Probably so.
Yeah.
But, but the nice thing about these tubers is if you wear like a sling bag or something, and you just know you need a couple, or obviously they're kind of geared towards golfers and things like that, but you throw a couple of cigars in that thing, and I'm sure it's like this in Florida. The Oklahoma heat right now is just crazy, right? It's 97 degrees with.
Dude, the whole country is so hot right now.
Yeah.
60%
It's a hot year.
One of the guys that works at one of our other shops, I gave him one of the tubers, and he said, man, I put 2 of my most expensive cigars in the thing, and I left it in my truck overnight, because I wanted to see.
Yeah.
He goes, because 9 times out of 10,
Why would you test that out with your most expensive cigars?
That's what I'm thinking.
You could have put your cheapest cigars in there and done the same test.
Couple factory smokes.
well, listen, maybe he knew he was going to smoke them the next day or something, but he said, I've not seen anything like this that kept those cigars that fresh. And so I was thankful because their shop's going to put in an order with Tuber, and we get credit for that. So look, they're happy to be a sponsor of the podcast now.
So
Yeah, and I do a lot of camping and stuff, and traveling, a lot of travel. So I need a hard case. Like these
yes,
soft
Yeah.
cases aren't going to do it.
right.
Well, listen, I'll see if a couple of knuckleheads in Tulsa can't reach out and get you one sent up there with the Camacho logo on it.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm gonna tell them they got to
That'd
make
be a great way to get on our radar for swag.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
And I'll tell them they got to make you look like a Macho Man Randy Savage though, with your with your cut off Camacho shirt, and we'll put some fringes off of it. I don't know if they can do that, but hell.
So speaking of that, so I always come back. So is there? Do you guys have a fair amount of like Camacho swag, like lids or shirts or whatever?
Oh yeah, we do a lot of swag. We do a lot of promotions. So we have cutters, lighters. We have humidors this year. We're all over the place. We like to do stuff outside of that too. So we have like with the Liberty 250, we're doing like this air cured beef promotion where we're pairing it with air cured beef, which is amazing. Like I don't think I've ever done a better pairing in my life. And I'm not just saying that because it's Camacho. I'm saying that because it's the best pairing I've ever done in my life. And I get a lot of people say that. Like we get a lot of smug people like, yeah, it sounds stupid to me. And I'm like, yeah, it sounded stupid to me too until I did it. And then they do it and they're like, yeah, you're right. Best pairing I've ever done.
Well, now listen, Law, I'm going to tell you because Justin, he can't see you on the screen, because if he could, he would have probably already tried to come through the video camera, because Justin, his Camacho hat he's wearing is not always black, and it looks like it's Pumpkinhead approved, but it's got a scorpion on it, so it looks like a sting when he was the crow character hat.
Yes, NWO brother.
For life.
See how this
Man,
wrestling
those
shit
were
just works its
good
way-
I know.
times.
See, it comes back to wrestling in the end. I don't know how that. I don't
Every
know how
time.
that does. But
Dude, the WCW and WWF days were the heyday of
Oh
wrestling.
my
It's
God.
pretty fucking good now too, but that was a really good time as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But just as you was talking about the merch, it dawned on me. I was like, man, if Justin could see that hat, dude, he'd be coming. You would see him sliding down a rope behind you with a baseball bat to get you.
Yeah.
A big old trench coat.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on a new one for next year where it's gonna be similar to this, but with a white dome and a black scorpion, and then a black bill, and then underneath it'll say, Camacho,
Oh, that'd be
or
cool.
built bold or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm working on that because I'm a big hat guy too, and these are old. Like we did these years ago, so that you can't find them anymore.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Well,
So,
listen, and this just happens that Mason's here because I actually had this built in my notes, and this was before I knew you were coming, Mason. I wanted to mention that June was Men's Mental Health Month. Big shout out to Mason Good Smokes and Howlin' with Big Al and Rob. You guys did a fantastic job in June, making sure you were getting the word out about men's mental health and all that. And I think that's important, because as much fun as we're having, we're sitting around. Again, I always say this cigar is just the excuse. It's the excuse for us to be hanging out. It's the excuse that we get to meet somebody as cool as Law. And so thank you for being one of the leading voices in the kind of cigar community and putting that out there and showing that people do struggle with anxiety, depression, PTSD, all this stuff. So I had that built in my notes. So I'm grateful that you're here.
I appreciate that, man. And, it's important. June's over, but the conversation shouldn't stop. My last post of the month, I kind of did a replay of some of the high points of the month and pointed out it doesn't have to stop, and you don't have to do it alone, man. And that's what drew me to cigars was just the ability to sit back. It forces you to sit down and pause, And since I've got the floor for a moment, I want to ask you, Law, how does cigars kind of work into your self-care and stuff when you get to sit down and smoke one not for work?
I'm actually really glad you said that because I've done in-depth research on the subject because I used to have a YouTube channel and I wanted to do something different. So I did deep research on cigars, and I was doing an episode about cigars and testosterone. And one of the things that I wasn't looking for that I found in studies was when guys come together in groups, like when we hang out in groups, whether it's sports, whether it's in a cigar lounge, Bible study groups, your testosterone actually increases. It's so healthy for men to hang out with other men that testosterone levels go up, and that is proven through studies.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, man.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly important for guys to have like a men's group.
Dude, we're all going to have arms like Law. They're going to be ripping out of our shirt after this hangout.
Well, your testosterone, like it has a lot to do with your thyroid and all the chemicals in your body. So the higher your testosterone is, the healthier you are. It affects so many different parts of your body.
Wow. Okay. And so just hanging out with other dudes like at the cigar lounge is good for the OT level.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna have to reach out to you and talk to you about that research some more. That's great information. And,
yeah.
I want to throw something out there. I've been harassing the heck out of Pedro from Drew Estate, trying to get him to come to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I think you should just beat him to it and win yourself the annals in Tulsa history and be the first brand ambassador to come hang in Tulsa. We can do a rum crawl and have some fun and smoke some good cigars.
Well, I tell you what, the week of August 24th, I'm going to be with our cigar rep that whole week. That's out there, Rusty. So,
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Oh, I know what I'm doing on August 26th, my birthday.
That's his birthday.
We're just gonna have to do a rum crawl for my birthday, Law.
I think we will. I think we will have to do that. So my schedule is totally up to Rusty. So next time you see him, hold him to the fire and be like, bring Law here.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a can do.
I'll message you and you can send me his number and I'll harass him.
well, and you will certainly be in Tulsa at Fogue and Bates, and probably here at the Royale as well. James owns both of them, and again, the only official Davidoff dealer here in Tulsa. So I know you guys will probably. So you will have to let us know, and I'll reach out to Rusty too and ask him.
Yeah,
man, we would love nothing more than to be able to meet you in person and have a good cigar with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
and bring your hat.
It sounds like I shouldn't bring my hat. It sounds pretty dangerous if I do.
You might bring an extra one.
Yeah.
If you see a guy with a cane coming towards you, just know he meaning business. he's going to turn into Trick Williams real quick. Let's talk about it.
No, you got to talk about say so don't be surprised if you see a diamond cutter out of nowhere and then your hat's missing. You know. Self high five.
Yeah. Sometimes cigar lounges are dangerous for your health.
But dangerous or not, they still have lots of testosterone. So hey, you give a little, you get a little, So that's awesome though, man. So so we would definitely be looking forward to that. When you come, definitely we want you to let us know so we can come by and meet you and all that. And it's just you are absolutely, you're going to love the Royale. It's just a great place. We're just sitting around the table here.
I'll kind of pan the camera around so he can see kind of just how.
Yeah, man. And, and this is kind of the afternoon.
It's a great lounge, man. It looks awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
So we just been, definitely let us know so we can catch up with you and we can go through some of these rums and all that kind of stuff. See, I'm trying to be a bad influence on Shawn. Really doesn't drink, but I keep telling him, all the cool kids drink rum and smoke cigars, But I'm still working on that.
I know some rums we can slip in his Diet Coke, and he'll never notice.
Yeah, brother. I want to bring up something real quick because I see, Shawn, your cigar is almost done there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know this trick, but this is one of the greatest things that changed my cigar world that I ever learned. If you blow through your cigar for like 10 solid seconds right now, like you're blowing through a breathalyzer. I don't know if you've ever been there. I haven't ever been there, but maybe I've blown through one.
Not, but
as a party trick, But if you blow through that cigar real hard for 10 seconds, you're gonna blow all the tar, all the ammonia, everything out of that cigar, and it's gonna taste like a freshly lit cigar again.
Wow. Okay, so I've already finished with mine. By the way, so I finished my triple Maduro, and let me tell you what, you were absolutely right, Law, that it finished.
Holy shit!
It finished big.
Right.
Wow.
So I'll let them talk about what but I just wanted to know you were absolutely right.
Listen,
that was amazing.
Stop the press, Vicky Vale. Listen, I did it. You guys see me. I did it on camera. That first draw I took was like smoking a peppery Hershey's bar. It just like tied everything together. And there was a little, like you said, there was a little tar, a little ammonia, because you get that as you're getting towards the end of the cigar.
And carbon buildup too. Leaves there appear a lot of carbon in leaves. So yeah.
But my God, that just changed my life.
Yes, it did. Kind of like when I learned to retrohale, man.
Yeah, exactly. That retrohaling is the first thing that like really expands like your cigar experience.
Oh yeah.
This is the second thing that does that.
We're gonna have to start calling you the Professor Camacho Man.
That's right, Professor Camacho Man. Because and that is true. If you do, a lot of people don't retrohale, and they really should, because you get a whole new level of the flavors and all that. And by the way, the triple Maduro that I had was very, very smooth on the retrohale. Sometimes it kind of stings a little bit, when you do that with some cigars. But again, this one is the triple Maduro. The one I had was definitely, and maybe these gentlemen can talk about their cigars, but definitely smooth on the retrohale.
This thing is. I'm not the best retrohaler in the world, but there's just nothing to say that you don't love about this limited edition. I mean, this thing is, and golly, I cannot believe that just gave this whole thing a whole new life.
Law, you are changing. You're changing lives. So
go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
I got a little bit more education for you on the Maduro.
Okay.
There is a reason why it's so smooth. So whenever someone calls a cigar Maduro, like a lot of people look at dark cigars and they're just like, that's a Maduro. That is not true. A dark wrapper does not mean it's a Maduro. Maduro in Spanish means aged or mature or ripe, right? Mm-hmm. It can be, depending on where you're at, it means mature or ripe. So the difference between Maduro leaf and every other tobacco leaf is the fermentation. So like I said earlier, your regular tobaccos are fermented anywhere between 3, 6, maybe 7, 8 months max. Maduro leaf is fermented for 1.5 to 2 years.
Wow.
And that does a few things. One, it releases all the ammonia. 2, it gets rid of the nicotine, kind of like falls off. It gets rid of a lot of nicotine through that process. So it actually becomes a lighter cigar. And 3, it gives the cigar, that tobacco, way more time for the sugars to caramelize. So you get a sweetness out of it too. So you're getting a smoother cigar with less nicotine, and it has sweetness. So when a lot of people are intimidated by the triple Maduro because it's like, oh, it's 3 really heavy leaves in there. It's actually not true. It's a medium body cigar max. Like, it's not a full body, not even close to a full body cigar. And the other thing is, it's actually got 5 Maduro leaves in it. We call it triple Maduro because it's wrapper, binder, filler, but it's actually Maduro Puro. Every single leaf in that cigar has been fermented for 1.5 to 2 years, and it's got 5 different tobacco leaves in it. So it's actually a Cinco Maduro.
Wow.
Wow, man.
See,
that's awesome.
And I had one of the local tobacconists tell me that the Camacho Nicaraguan is actually a little bit more full-bodied than the triple Maduro, that it's got a little bit more.
Absolutely it is, yes. Absolutely.
Sounds like you need to rename it the Cinco Maduro because that's a cool sounding name.
Yeah, I love that.
Right?
I love
that is a cool name.
Okay,
Yeah.
so something else to tell your guys at Camacho. Say, Smokin Sound says you need to rename that the Cinco Maduro. And see, I can't even remember the other thing we told you to tell them.
I already forgot the real name.
Well, listen, see, that little trick you just taught us, Law, it changed Mason's life. He had to go get his Wooden Waters 1150. He had to get the cigar pick so he could get that thing all the way down to the
I always
nub.
forget mine. I need to, because I wanted to smoke that triple Maduro down to the
yeah, I can barely even hold my triple Maduro anymore.
That's
it's almost
exactly where I was at.
Fingernails.
I could have used my Wooden Waters as well, but again, now, Law, did you ever get to try that power band?
No, I've never. We have a few in our marketing shelf, but usually when they're on our marketing shelf, that's all the free stuff we get to smoke. It's usually there because something happened, and it's not like either it's like it's got a puncture or it's got a cracked wrapper. It's got some kind of defect. And usually the power bands are in there because they were over humidified or they were under humidified, and it ruined the tobacco. So I never get the true flavor out of it.
Man, if I got to get you one, because I'm telling you, that cigar with that age on it, it just is amazing. And they're the little Robusto ones that I have, and I just can't get enough of them. They are just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you've been very kind about that. You've been hounding me to let me send you this cigar, and I get access to so many free cigars. I feel bad when anybody pays for one and sends it to me.
No, dude, listen,
so
it would be my
just
pleasure.
hang on to it, man.
Now, listen, if you change your mind, I swear, I mean this. I have one of my fresh box cigars that I got. I have one, and I purposely kept it in the cellophane just so you could see how well it had been aged. And I've promised I will. I'm saving that for the day when Law says, "Man, I want to try that. Send it to me." I'm just going to say, "Say less. It's on its way."
You're a good man, Shawn. You're a damn good man. You really are.
You were kind enough. You sent us some cigars, and if there's anything that we can ever do, and it is as small as sending you a power band. I mean, look, it would be our honor to do that. We would absolutely love to do that. So.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So definitely. So usually ask, so what can we look for from Camacho? Say, again, stuff you can talk about, but say in the upcoming months or the holidays.
Yes, sir.
What buddy.
What should the Camacho fans, because there's going to be a whole bunch of new ones who is going to try it for the first time again. What can the Camacho fans look for in the coming months from you guys?
So we never talk about what's coming until the press release is out. But I will say there is a special cigar coming out later this year.
Is that right?
Yes, there is.
Is that right? Okay.
Some breaking news.
So there is something on the horizon, but you'll just have to stay tuned. And about any idea when the press release should be around?
That's a good question. I do not know.
Okay. Well,
Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you though.
He's like, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. You know,
They're going to keep trying though.
Yeah.
But-
Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to. If you go to my Instagram, and you click on the link in my bio, that will tell you where the Liberty 250 events are. And this is an event only cigar, right here.
Oh. Ooh.
So
Look
Okay.
at that thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So if you look at that link in my bio, you'll see where Rusty's events are with the Liberty 250. So you can go try that. And that is the only time you will ever be able to try to get that cigar is at an event.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, see, that's good to know. So yeah, make sure give everybody your Instagram handle if they do. I know that a lot of people already follow you, but just in case they don't, tell them how they can get hold of you.
You can type in my name, Law Ream. It comes up, or you can put in Bold Leaf Law.
Okay. See, you already have like a real wrestler name.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Old
right?
Small. Look at that. You know, we just need to get you a mask, and there you go. No.
You gonna make him a luchador like Penta?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. man.
I was actually a huge Tatanka fan growing up, so I was always wrapping like ripped up shirts around my knees and my elbows and trying to look like him all the time in the bandana.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
See, we learned something new about Law.
See, when you said that immediately, I said, really? Tatanka Cigars only been around for about 5 years, but that just shows you where we're at. But yeah,
I was 5-6 years old, smoking Tatanka cigars.
Yeah.
Early bloomer.
Yeah. So definitely, we need to get your people follow you on Instagram so they can find out where the 250 events are. Absolutely. And
yeah, you have to scroll to the bottom because it's all the events are at the bottom. So you go through all the Camacho information and then you get to the bottom, and that's where those events are at. But it's a lot. You have to scroll a long way.
Okay. Well, I think all of us, particularly at this table, I think we're all pretty good at doom scrolling. So it comes kind of natural.
At least
Yeah,
every now and then,
yeah.
right? So about how many cigars a day do you smoke?
About 4 to 6 cigars on average. So 5, I guess. 5 would be a good
Okay.
average. Yeah.
Yeah, I've upped my game. I'm at about 4. And so because I knew we were told prior to going to PCA, they were like, you got to get ready, man, because you're going to be smoking more cigars than you've ever smoked.
Oh, yeah. I think when I was on your side, I was smoking like 10, 12 cigars a day, all different cigars.
I mean,
And people are like, what is the best cigar? And you're like, I can't tell you because after 3 or 4, you can't taste shit anymore.
Yes. And because we had some of our friends, they told us, they said, man, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. And they said, pace yourself. You will blow your palate out. And I turned to Justin. I said, is that a thing? It 100% is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, you can't even, by the time after 3 days of PCA, your tongue is on, like, it's useless. It sucks.
Yeah.
It burns. It hurts. It's rough.
Yeah, it definitely gets a workout because we had gotten one of the new the Drew Estate Undercrown, the El Tigres, and I tried to smoke one, and I told Justin, I said, I should be ashamed of myself for even trying this because I'm not gonna taste anything. It's just gonna be smoke,
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So we learned some valuable lessons at PCA this year. What you got, Mason?
Sounds like we're making a road trip to Olathe, Kansas on August 27th.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
Look at
that's
that.
not
There we
bad.
go. Yeah, buddy.
Well, definitely 250 or not, definitely when you can come down and come down to Tulsa. Yeah, we'd love to just have you here. And Tulsa's known for some pretty good steakhouses as well. So definitely, we can get you hooked up there, Mr. Law.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, man. For a city our size, you'd be surprised how many cigar lounges there actually are.
I think we have the most cigar lounges per capita in Oklahoma for sure, and maybe the tri-state area.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I believe it. I absolutely believe that
Yep.
because I can't believe we were going over that the other night, and we are like, man, all in Tulsa, or like then there's some in Broken Arrow and different places. So it's just you wouldn't think so. To me, when I think Tulsa, I don't think cigars. That's not the first thing that comes to mind. But lo and behold, it's pretty fabulous.
Tulsa's got a pretty robust cigar community going for it. I mean,
Yeah.
Oklahoma City's what, twice the size, if not more, and we've got probably 12, and it just, you think Broken Arrow and Tulsa, and they've got like 4 lounges.
Wow.
And listen, all you smokomaniacs that listen to us, every one of these lounges, these humidors, you're going to find Camacho Cigars.
That's right.
Get down there and
Get you some.
and come get you some, and you're going to remember why you love these Camacho cigars so much, and you're going to buy them all.
You're gonna taste them again for the first time.
Yeah, I actually want to bring you back to when you're talking about the Ecuador, because I just had a very interesting experience that happened. I was out in California about a month ago, and we were doing a blind tasting where I taught everybody in the lounge about the Camacho lineup, and then I blindfolded people and like, guess which one you're smoking based on the flavors I gave you. And there was this guy there that was smoking nothing but Cuban cigars, and he did not want to participate at all. And he was smoking H. Upman from Cuba, and we blindfold him. And he's like, he just finished his cigar, and we blindfold him and we give him the Ecuador, and he starts smoking it, and he goes, "Are you guys are messing with me, right? You're trying to trick me." And we're like, "No, you're smoking a Camacho." He goes, "No, you guys went in my humidor, you got one of my H Upmans and you cut it and you put it in my mouth, didn't you?" And we're like, "Bro, take your blindfold off." And he took his blindfold off and he saw it was the Ecuador, and he's like, "This tastes exactly like my Cuban cigars."
Wow.
Because it tastes exactly like the H. Upman I just finished smoking.
Wow.
And the reason is, with the exception of the Brazilian Matafina binder, which is the only Camacho that doesn't use a Corojo binder, with the exception of that whole cigar is made of all the OG Cuban tobaccos.
Oh, wow. See, we just learned something
Corojo
else.
is one of the OG Cuban tobaccos.
And it's a fantastic cigar. I really like that one in the Churchill Vitola.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're right, it's got the Brazilian Montefina, not the Brazilian Arapaca wrapper on it. Sometimes I get those confused, but I'm just happy I can say either of them.
I am too. Good job, man. Good job.
Justin, hey, I actually said, see, I'm going to mess it up.
Oh, no.
I actually said, damn it, Hermanos de Hermanos. I actually said it. That's probably the best I've ever said it in my life. I was talking about HDA cigars.
Well, I've got a Latino wife, so I'm getting pretty good at pronouncing some of these things.
And actually, it's Hermanos de Armas.
Damn it.
So
There you go. That's real good right there.
But you did good, man.
But
You
listen,
did good.
Like Zach and Andre say, that's why for us gringos, they call it HDA.
That's right.
He's getting better, because before he would have, I mean, he got close on Arapaca, but he would have called it like Arapiraca.
Hey,
The Arapiraca.
listen, I'm just happy that I didn't screw it up so bad that people they've made drinking games out of how bad my pronunciation is on some of these things. And I'm okay.
That's fucking great.
Especially around Halloween. Like, how many ways could he say Dia de los Muertos?
Don't even, we
You know what I'm
saying? De la. And the other one, what's that wine I can't say? Pierre Noir? What?
Pinot Noir.
Yeah, that one. I can't.
Oh my God, I had no idea what you're going for there.
So those of you at home that are playing the drinking game, you just had to take 3 consecutive shots.
This
can
is the
thank me
funnest
later.
thing about the Smokin Sounds pod is how Shawn's going to butcher some word.
Yeah, you could get alcohol poisoning real quick playing that
Yes.
game.
See, just on a philosophical point on that. So, like drinking games, typically it's the punishment is to drink, right? Like,
Yeah.
I never, because see, I enjoy drinking. So to me, it should be the other way. You don't get to drink every time Shawn mispronounces something. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you have to take shots. Like,
Yeah.
I love drinking whiskey, but I hate shooting whiskey.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's the best part.
So that broadleaf was so good. Mason smoked it where it fell off of the Wood and Waters pick. That's the first time I've ever seen someone enjoy a cigar that much where the cigar was like, bro, I give up. I can't.
Man, I don't care what a cigar is rated. That is the best rating right there.
Yes.
Right there.
There's no better rating system than that.
I just wish I would have had the camera pointed over to him because it just dropped. It was
Almost
like,
burnt the beard.
yeah, you almost had to shave.
So Mason, so I take it that has to be one of the best broadleafs you've ever had, right?
It's up there, man. I've had a couple. I've had, I think, one cigar that I got so far down on it that I went to take my last puff and my lips were sitting on cherry. So,
oh man,
Dang.
oh, man. Now that's dedication, law right there. That is dedication.
Now I'm a few fingerprints short after that limited edition, but I couldn't let it catch the Just for Men beard on fire, because then I'd have been in real trouble.
Yeah, Just for Men beard. That's funny.
Yeah, man. See,
and true.
And see, Law, they tried to get me to grow a beard, but when I grew one, I was just called either like an evil Santa or a homeless guy or something like that. So I just had to say, no, I can't.
Father Time was my favorite.
I was called Father Time. It was just all white, beard and stuff. But they were trying to do that with me, and I was like, oh, no, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, you got such glossy, like good skin, you don't need to grow a beard. You got that youthful look.
But
if I shaved right now on camera, if I had a fresh shave right now on camera, I would still look like I have a heavier beard than you.
Wow.
Wow, man.
Yeah, Justin had kids coming up to him asking for his autograph. They thought he was Dingledorf or Bungledorf. What's the guy's name off of
Dumbledore?
Dumbledore.
Oh my
God. Yeah, drinking. Yes.
Now you know one of our favorite pastimes here in Oklahoma, watching Shawn mess words up.
You're gonna get banned by the ATF if people are drinking for this game.
I'm telling you. I'm going to show up and they're going to be at my door like, sir, we need to talk to you.
That's right. You're
going to get on the banned list with Four Loko, like the Shawn drinking game.
He'll have to get a label tattooed on him.
Yeah, they're just going to give me a Hooked on Phonics book and say, we feel like you need some work.
And believe me, there even in Tulsa, there's enough Harry Potter fans. I guarantee you, when he mispronounced that, I guarantee they're going to be up in arms.
See, I'm just glad you said it. I was thinking it was Lord of the Rings, so I'm glad you said it was Harry Potter.
Wow, man! Yeah,
Shawn, you're the gift that keeps on giving, brother.
Hey, man, look. There's a little truth of that when you come on with a couple of knuckleheads from Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's why we're the second best cigar podcast.
Yeah, second best, absolutely.
Who's the best? I'm curious.
Well, anyone that's not us, I guess.
Yeah.
But we wear number 2 with a honor of pride and stuff. So that's okay.
I like it. I like it.
So Law, let me ask you this. I generally ask a lot of our guys. I asked Kenny from Tatanka last time. So what's your kind of go-to? I know you work for Camacho. So what's your go-to that's not Camacho? Just to give people an idea of kind of your palate, what you like and kind of where you stand.
I mean, I smoke everything out there. I was on the Cigar Authority podcast a couple years ago, and they're like,
wow.
They're like, we have a scheduled cigar that's not a Camacho. Well, actually, it was Zeno back then. He's like, are you allowed to smoke other people's cigars? And I was like, brother, when you're Davidoff, and you claim you're the world's greatest cigar company, you have to smoke everything out there to know it's a fact. So yes, I do smoke. I do smoke everything I can get my hands on, and I'm a big fan of Stolen Throne cigars, which is made in the Rojas factory.
Crook of the
Lee
Crown,
is a great
baby.
guy. Love Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Steve Saka, great guy. Same with
Saka? Yeah.
I think if you blindfolded somebody, you couldn't. Like Foundation and Dunbarton are the same exact company. You'd be hard pressed to tell a difference between their cigars, but they make some great broadleaf cigars.
I tell you what, I love my current and it might be getting ready to change, but my current undisputed champ is the Foundation Tabernacle. That, by the way, you spontaneously mentioned earlier, with no prompting from me or Chat GPT. So it's just weird how this. So anyway, that'll just give people kind of an idea of what you like and kind of where if they've tried different ones, and I'm so happy you brought up Lee Marsh, because man, the stuff he has done with his Crook of the Crown and the Yorktown Fleet and all the
Yorktown Fleet, that thing is amazing. I love that cigar.
And we were joking about me not be able to pronounce HGA's name. So they blended their latest release. It's either out or coming out, the Sentinel. And they did that down at the Rojas factory with Lee. And it's using kind of that same San Andreas wrapper as the Crook of the Crown and stuff. And so that, Lee is just, he's been so fantastic to us. He's just a tremendous human being. And so
he's a good dude. He's a great dude.
Yeah. So speaking of trend, you talk about trend, Camacho doesn't run after every trend in the world. So one thing that I brought up on several podcasts, San Andreas wrapper seems to see when I first started doing this podcast and taking cigars seriously. And by the way, I'm primarily a pipe smoker, but when I started doing this seriously, San Andreas was still kind of a condiment wrapper, kind of a out of the way, and now it seems to have just swept over the industry. Do you know, or can you mention if Camacho ever plans to do a San Andreas wrapper?
Brother, you just smoked it.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The triple Maduro is the San Andreas wrapper.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. See, so some of you guys listening who are as ignorant as me, if you're down with the San Andreas wrapper, triple Maduro is the way to go, because I didn't even know it. It was so good.
He couldn't see his show notes I gave him.
Yeah, so he gave me some show notes, but it was written in standard size print, so I was out of luck. So. Oh, I don't know.
And the broadleaf, Mason, that you smoked, I believe was that a Connecticut broadleaf law?
It is. It's Connecticut seed, but grown in Honduras.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's Corojo grows really well in Honduras, and broadleaf grows really well in Honduras.
Oh, nice. Well, Justin, we've kind of reached that point in the show where we want to ask you. Well, first, I want to just personally thank you for being so kind to us.
This has been such a blast, man.
Not just for coming on, but man, you were kind enough to send some cigars and reach out and I understand that's as a global ambassador, that's probably some of that is your job, but just for us to even kind of land on your radar, we've just been so appreciative and I want to thank you for taking the time to think of a couple of knuckleheads here in Tulsa and taking the time out of your day to come on and record this fantastic episode with us. Is there anything we forgot to mention? Is there anything we didn't bring up? Is there anything you'd like to mention?
No, I think we covered most of the bases. I just want to mention how great you've been. Like, we've been discussing a lot back and forth through Instagram, and it's been fantastic. You keep offering to send me cigars, and I'm like, no, please stop. But you're a great dude, and I love your posts. I haven't listened to a lot of your podcasts because I don't have as much time this year to listen. Last year I was on the road so much. I listened to every fucking podcast out there. But I really appreciate it. You guys put a lot of hard work into this, and thank you for having me on. You could have anyone you want on, and I appreciate you bringing me on.
Oh, absolutely.
No, and I think it goes back to what Justin said. Look, we've had the distinct honor of having John Huber from Crown Heads, and we love talking to Lee Marsh, and we love talking to those guys, but it's the guys like you that are out there every day that look, what the people are smoking, what they're buying, what they like, what they don't like, and you're the guy that we want to talk to, and the line very well. So again, it's just always our honor that people will sit down and talk to us, especially someone like you, because you could have been talking to anybody, and we appreciate it so much. Mason, what you got? What did we forget?
Nothing really. I just want to thank my bosses for their infinite wisdom. Decided to shut us down at noon today, so I could get over here. And man, Law, if you start getting messages from an @good_smokes, it's not a stalker. It's me. Some of that stuff with testosterone for sure.
Oh yeah. So also I want to say again, thank you, Mr. Law, for being on with us. So listen, in case we can't make it to Olathe, Kansas in August, next time you're in Tulsa, stash away at least a couple of those 250s, or tell Rusty, say, look, we've got to do Tulsa. There's such a demand. There's a fan base in Tulsa. We've just got to see, and maybe they can do something like that.
I'll definitely have a talk with him for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to reach out to him too, and just kind of make sure that if we can get something closer, or who knows, stranger things have happened. You guys may end up in Tulsa after all.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You never know. I have no idea where we're going. I don't know what the schedule's like, so we'll see.
So as Shawn was almost got to before his ADHD got him. So give us where can people find you, your socials, that sort of stuff, so they can keep up with the Camacho man.
I'm pretty much exclusively on Instagram. I used to be real heavy on Facebook, but mine got hacked, unfortunately, and I lost it.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was terrible because I was like friends with Steve Saka and Skip Martin. And, I had almost every manufacturer I was friends with on there, and we were always conversating, and I lost all that. And I really did lose touch with a lot of those guys because of that. It sucks.
Oh, so where can they find you on Instagram?
Instagram, Bold Leaf Law, or just type in my name, Law Ream, and I will definitely pop up.
Do us a favor. Can you spell that last name?
Ream Art. That's right. Yeah, not everybody watches the podcast. They listen too.
Yeah, a lot of people listen.
I forget that sometimes. Ream is REAM, just like the captain of the U.S. men's national soccer team that's kicking ass in the World Cup right now.
Yes, they are. I'm glad you brought that up. They won last night 2-0, right?
Play Belgium.
Absolutely. Beautiful game. And the captain of that team, his name is Timmy Ream, just like my name. And he actually looks a lot like me too. So I'm wondering if my dad got around a little bit more than I knew.
I'm sure there's some relation there. We just don't know the exact ties to it. Or at least that's what we're gonna put that rumor out there anyway.
I need to exploit that somehow.
See, I think soccer would do better in the States if they could make contact with one another. At least be able to bump one another or push one another, kind of, like that.
Isn't that called football?
Oh well, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, never mind.
Well, I mean, to the rest of the world, soccer is called football. So
that's true.
That's
football.
Yeah. So anyway, so they can find you on Instagram, kind of keep up with what you're doing and all that, and again, just thank you so much for spending a little time with us here. We are live at the Royale in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and wow, is it hot?
And I got Justin, one more guy I definitely got to mention. If you're on Instagram, he's at Big Puma 22. His name's Lee Frank, big cigar guy, and he knew that we were going to have Law on. Man, just had nothing but tremendous things to say about Law and Camacho Cigars. And again, I posted it's a couple weeks ago. I posted one of the Corojos, and man, they're like, man, I forgot how much I love that cigar, and people were like, I got to go out and get that, So I think that's kind of what this community is good for too, is because unfortunately there are so many cigars that you kind of forget about the ones you really love because you kind of want to chase that next big boutique. But don't forget about these Camacho cigars; they are absolutely fantastic. And if you can get a limited edition 2025. See, that's all I have left is the wrapper.
Yeah.
Or the band. I'm sorry. All I have left is the band. But freaking amazing cigars, man. Thank you for
thank you very much. And we are, like, to your point you just made, we're so lucky to have the selection of cigars we have. I think some of the worst cigars made today blow out the best cigars made in the 90s. Like, I think we're in the peak of cigarness right now.
Yeah, I agree. I remember the 90s cigar boom and everybody was rushing stuff out. Seemed like everybody was just rushing things out with no real quality control and that kind of stuff. And it seems like now it's big, it's huge, but it's a lot more controlled and a lot more, there's a lot more quality. I mean, it's almost to the point, Law. I think you would agree that, I mean, really, if you go with the great manufacturers, it's almost impossible to have a bad cigar nowadays.
Yeah. There's the only thing that sets like, you can make a very tasty cigar, especially if you're a boutique. If you're a boutique like Stolen Throne Cigar, you're not making millions of cigars every year like Camacho is. You're making runs of 50,000, 100,000. You can work with like much better tobaccos, like, because you're making that smaller run, because a lot of tobaccos won't grow enough, or you just don't have enough room to grow some of these tobaccos. So
right.
It's cool. It's great to be a boutique because, you get to experiment with tobaccos that maybe we can only use in limited editions. And I forgot where I was going with that, but
Well, about the quality, about so much is out there. Definitely, guys. Oh, go ahead.
I do want to say, when you were talking about that part, Everyone says the pandemic was the second big cigar boom. It was nothing compared to the cigar boom in the 90s. Like the cigar boom in the 90s, the import of tobacco more than doubled 2 years in a row. Like I think we went up like maybe 10-15% during the pandemic. Like it more than doubled from year to year in the 90s. It was crazy.
Well, and I think that there's something that's brewing to happen again, because I think there's also a lot of the kind of younger generation that is starting to see the importance of this excuse we call a cigar, the excuse of getting out and doing what we're doing, sitting in a lounge, meeting people, making connections like we've made with you, Law. I think that they're starting to see that. And I love seeing like Ben that we met at the PCA. He runs Princeton Cigars up in Princeton, New Jersey. He's at Cigar Sabbath. He's a young guy and he's getting that fire under him about all these cigars and stuff. And so I love seeing that the younger generation is catching on to that as well.
Yeah, I think this current generation, like, there's social media fatigue. I think we've peaked out on social media, and I think people are really yearning for a genuine connection again.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just
I completely
on a screen.
agree.
Right. Oh yeah. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
Well, Justin, our drinks are empty. Our Camacho cigars have fallen off the wood and water cigar pick. So we will say thank you again so much for this opportunity to chat with you and catch up with you about all things Camacho. And we hope we get to meet you in person and do it again sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, I would love nothing more.
So with that, Justin, we're going to say that's a wrap on this episode of Smokin Sounds. Oh, hey, make sure you follow us. One-stop shop, SmokinSoundsPod.com. We'll even put a link on there so you can find Camacho Cigars if they don't find you first, which I think they're going to. But make sure you jump on SmokinSoundsPod.com. Find Mason at Good Smokes. And listen, if you don't mind, leave us a 5-star review. That just helps others find the podcast so you never miss a beat or a draw. So listen, baby, until next time, it's Shawn and Justin signing out for the world's second best cigar podcast. So make sure you keep your cigars lit, your pipes packed, and your sounds smoking.
Yeah.
And we're doing it better. Just a little bit.
Wait a minute, what happened? Something happened with this.
I hit the wrong button. All right, I'm gonna hit.
I was like, do you always end your podcast that way? That's awesome.
No, listen, I got so excited I hit the wrong button and we started getting Dusty Rhodes